Yo guys, welcome back for another episode of our Montpellier career mode on FIFA 19. Hoping to get into this one, getting ourselves the 3 points against Strasbourg. Had a good game in the last one against Saint Etienne, came out with 3 points in that one. So if we're coming out in 3 points in that one, we should be doing the same in this. As Strasbourg, not as good a side as Saint Etienne, I wouldn't say. As you see here as well, 14 goals scored so far this season, best in the league against theirs, which is 3 goals, which is the worst in the league as well. So at the end of the day, we were looking for basically anything that we could basically prey on with them, and that definitely looked like they had a shortage of goals in this game. So hopefully we could go out, like I say, with our attacking force that we do have in this side, and hopefully get this ourselves the 3 points out of this one. Got a decent side. They've got a decent side, to be fair. Strasbourg got some good players in there, but I think we have got the better squad. As we do come forward in the 12th minute, trying to get ourselves the first goal of the game. As Aguila plays a beautiful ball through into NG, turns his man with a beautiful step over, takes the shot, but the defender there gets in the way. You should see it hits the inside of his legs as NG tries to go with that outside of the foot. It's like his signature shot at the minute is the NG out of foot shot. It'd be absolutely brilliant if he could score one, but straight from the corner, he gets that goal as NG goes up for it, but the defender's too tall in front of him, and the defender gets the goal instead. 14 minutes in, we were 1-0 up, and we were definitely looking like a better side than Strasbourg. They weren't really attacking us very much, and we were definitely putting the pressure on them. As you see there, NG did go up for the header, but the defender got there just that little bit earlier, and it was in the back of the net. The keeper pretty much dived away from the ball. If he'd stayed in the same place, he would have saved it. He didn't do so, and we are 1-0 up, and that is brilliant for us. But like I say, it's a defender's goal at the end of the day. We're 1-0 up, and that's the main thing for us. But Strasbourg do come at us in the 21st minute, trying to get back on level peggings as Saeed whips the ball in. We get the ball clear. Sambion messes up with the second header as it comes back into the box. It plays around nice there. And luckily for us, the keeper makes the save at his near post to keep the scores at 1-0. As you see there, it gets played out wide. The keeper gets his hands to it, gets his body in the way, and puts it behind for a corner, which ends up coming to nothing. But in the 33rd minute, we do get an attack on the ball as we come forward from a free kick, and we get a decent chance there, but the keeper gets the ball clear. They got very lucky to not end up conceding there, but we do end up getting a throw in. We come forward with NG on the ball, giving it Shakir, who gives it to Sambiar, takes the shot, but unluckily for him and us, the ball goes just wide of the post. It was a brilliant shot, to be fair, but like I say, not that close realistically. We probably should have done a bit better. Unluckily for us, it does go wide as Strasbourg come forward on the attack of their own to try and get back on level peggings again. If they get a beautiful ball into Marin, who whips a low cross in, the ball doesn't get cleared. It was an absolute shambles in defence. And Strasbourg get the goal. I wouldn't say that they deserve, but they get the goal nonetheless. And it does mean we are at one apiece at this point. Should have done a hell of a lot better. It was absolutely shambles at trying to get the ball clear there. So many players had a dig at it, and none of them managed to do it. It was a good low cross, good piece of defending from Hilton, but I don't know what happened after that. Because as you see here, the defender makes a good piece of play, but it was like the defence tried to get it clear, but just couldn't get the foot on it. He slices the clearance, and it comes straight to their attacker, puts the ball in the back of the net, and Godfred Donsa gets himself the goal. And we are back at level peggings, but in the 65th minute, we do try and put the pressure back onto Strasbourg and get ourselves back in the lead. as NG lays through Mole, who gets surrounded by three players. He takes the shot, and the ball goes miles over the bar. Not the best to play, but like I say, he was surrounded by defenders there. There was no way he was coming out of with the ball if he'd carried on running. So I decided to take the shot, take the chance, but it didn't actually go in the back of the net. As straight from the goal kick, they come forward on an attack of their own as they pass the ball around in the centre of the park. Lala on this right hand side brings the ball down, gives it to Saeed, who whips a beautiful cross in, and it was put on a plate for the goalkeeper, for the attacker there. Got this Costa, I believe it was, that scored that goal. It was a beautiful cross from Saeed. He pulled it back brilliantly, and I don't know why our defender didn't jump for the ball. He didn't do so. It was Mendes that didn't jump for it. Got the goal in the first one, but he concedes one pretty much here. Is fair enough. He wasn't the one conceding it, but he still was in a technical sense. As like I say, he didn't even try and get the ball there, and Da Costa comes away and gets himself the goal, and that is how the game ends. Not good enough from the boys. Realistic. They should have done a hell of a lot better. We shouldn't be losing games like this. If we're winning games against Saint Etienne and teams like that, we definitely shouldn't be losing against Strasbourg. But all credits to them, to be fair. They came from 1-0 down to win it 2-1. They played well, but at the end of the day, we played well as well. We probably should have came out with 3 points, if I'm honest. But at the end of the day, they got the 3 points, and that is all she wrote as we go into a training session before trying to pick herself back up in the second game of today's episode. We have a little bit of a higher scout as well, going for a French lad, going to obviously France. Being as we are a French team, we do go to try and find some young French players that will make it into the first team eventually, hopefully, if we can get that. But now we do go into the second and final game of today's episode against OGC Nice. They have some brilliant players in this side. It is definitely a team that I have to watch out for in this career mode, because I know that there's such a good side with Balotelli up front. Speak of the devil, pops up on the screen. Mario Balotelli, and they've just got some really good players in there. As Cyprien, I believe his name is, as well. Another player I definitely would like to sign in this career mode if I could probably maybe get to him. But as like I say, we had to change quite a few of the players in this team for this game, as we do play NG, keep him on the side, but we do play our first start for Zagardo, who comes into defence for his counterpart, as we do see the OGC Nice side. They've got some brilliant players in that side. They have really got some dangerous players, but we do come forward on the first attack of the game. Dante trying to keep up with the pace of NG. It was never happening, but NG just puts the shot pretty much straight at the keeper, and nothing comes of that. But they do come forward on an attack of their own, with Jallet trying to play a pass. We try and get the ball clear again. We get closed down in our own half, with Mario Balotelli getting the ball, giving it to Cyprien. Saint-Maxime gives it back to Balotelli. A little 1-2 with Cyprien, who lays it back outside to Maxime, whips the cross in, and Cyprien, with a lot of involvement in that, gets himself in the box to score the goal and makes it 1-0 to OGC Nice. It wasn't good defending there from the boys. It really wasn't very good at all, and even worse goalkeeping, to be honest. Like I say, conceding that sort of goal at your near post. It was good play from Cyprien to get away from his man, but really should have done a hell of a lot better with how he played there. And the goalkeeper definitely should have done a hell of a lot better. He got the touch to the ball, knocked it onto the post, but it still ended up going in the back of the net. And how unlucky do you want to be? And it does mean that they do go 1-0 up, and it is that man, like I said, Cyprien, a player that I definitely wanted to look out for in this game, and he was proven exactly why in this one by getting the goal and putting them 1-0 up. But in the 16th minute, they do come forward on another attack, carry on pressing us, with Oyongo trying to get out to his man, couldn't do so, Danilo gives it to Balotelli. We try and get the ball clear. Again, it comes to Cyprien from a Mario Balotelli pass. And again, it makes it into the back of the net to make it 2-0. And at this point, like I say, I was looking out for him in the beginning of this game. Didn't look out for him well enough, obviously, because it still went in that he scored 2 goals. It was absolutely shabby defending again, and Mario Balotelli and this lad had such good build-up play and link-up play throughout this game. It was unbelievable how well them two contrasted with each other. As he does get himself the second goal of the game, his second goal of the game, and his second goal of the season. But we try and bring the game back into our favour, hopefully turn it round a little bit as we do come forward on the attack, with Lazane coming on as a start and putting the ball wide of the post. And that just shows why he hasn't started any of the other games, to be honest, because I was really regretting playing him in this one after he missed that such a good chance. And it does mean that we are still 2-0 down, but NG gets a bit lucky there as we don't quite give the ball away. Lazane gives it to Sakira, who lays it out to Aguilar. Little 1-2 with NG. Goes back out to Aguilar, who whips the ball into the box. A brilliant cross. Laborde tries to get there. The ball gets cleared, but it does come as far as Shakira. Lazane takes the shot again. And again, his shot goes wide of the post. And again, I was really regretting playing this lad, because honestly, he had two. To be fair, that one was a lot harder to finish than the first one, but the first one was an absolute shocker. As OGC Nice come through to try and wrap up the game in their way, they come forward. We do win the ball back. Again, we give the ball away. Cyprien looking for his hat-trick. He lays the ball off. But look at that, the keeper gets down to his left-hand side, gets the save. And Saint Maxime couldn't quite find the bottom corner there. I don't think it was going in anyway. I think it was going to hit the post, but better safe than sorry. And we do keep the scores at 2-0 and have that little bit of hope. As in the 71st minute, we do come forward on an attack with Lazane playing the ball off to Wanyogo, who takes the shot and finds the back of the net to make it 2-1 and really give us that little bit of hope as we were trying to pick up the ball here. He weren't having none of it. But like I say, we do bring ourselves back in contention of this game to bring ourselves back level, hopefully. Try and bring ourselves back level, shall I say. And at this point, we was absolutely just going forward, trying to attack as much as possible. And you see, we were splitting Nice so easily. We were getting so many clear-cut chances, so many openings, but we just weren't placing them. And Lazane this time turns into the provider for the shot, and this time it ends up in the back of the net. Ayongo giving Lazane some technique training, because honestly, he finds the back of the net, but Cam can't. It's stupid for me. But we do come forward on an attack again, trying to get ourselves back level after getting that goal back. Dolo gives it to Laborde, who just came on the pitch, and he finds the back of the net to make it 2 apiece. And what a comeback! Laborde, it wasn't a very good shot at all. Not a very good shot from outside the area, but I couldn't care less because it ends up in the back of the net. Somehow ends up in the back of the net. I still can't tell if that takes a bit of a deflection. I think it does. It just takes it up in the air a little bit more. And honestly, if anything, it made it less impressive of what the shot actually looked like. But it does end at 2 apiece, which is brilliant for us. It's like I say, it was a great comeback from going 2-0 down to bring it back from the 71st minute until full time. We got it back to 2 apiece, and we ended up keeping it that way. Absolutely brilliant from the boys. I was very happy with that performance. For the comeback status, it was very good for us. But that is all for this game and all for this episode. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.